We've all been there. You find a great job opportunity and you apply for the job quickly and you pray for the best. Unfortunately, more often than not, you don't receive any interviews and you wonder, why can't I get an interview? Do you know that 75% of job applications are rejected by the ATS before they are seen by the hiring manager? Hi everyone, I'm Thea from theaho.co, helping skilled migrants and international graduates get jobs and live a better life. In this video, I will share with you everything that you need to know about the ATS or the Applicant Tracking System and what you need to do to optimize your resume and beat the bot. If you haven't already, please click subscribe to my channel and I will make sure to keep you updated with all the latest strategies about your job search. An applicant tracking system or the ATS is the software that the companies use to scan your application, screen out the unqualified candidates and shortlist the qualified candidates for interviews. At first, the ATS was created for large companies who have to deal with thousands of applications every week. But today, approximately 98% of companies rely on the ATS to shortlist candidates. So you can see that almost all the companies from big to small are using an ATS. So if you want to get an interview, you can't avoid the ATS, but you need to know how to get through it. So how does an ATS work? It acts as a gatekeeper for an employer. So when you submit your application, the ATS will scan through your application to look for the specific keywords that have been already set up. And its job is to remove the unqualified applicants so that the hiring manager can focus on the top candidates. So it means that if you don't know how to customize your resume using the keywords that it is looking for, then you will be removed by the ATS. So some job seekers told me that, yes, I did customize my resume. But if you have applied for many jobs, but you don't receive any interviews, then the result is obvious that you haven't passed the ATS. So it means if you just revise some words here and there, then you turn out to be only a 10% match and you will still be removed by the ATS. So before I move to the next step, please click subscribe to the channel and I will make sure to keep you updated with all the latest strategies about your job search. Now, tip number one that I have for you is to use the right file. I know most of you love a PDF, but because it can keep your format unchanged, your resume looks professional, clean, and neat. But contrary to your belief, a PDF is not friendly to the ATS. It's not compatible with all the ATS software. So if they ask you to submit a PDF, by all means do it. But if they don't specifically request a PDF, then you should play it safe with a Word document. Another option for you is the plain text file. It's also friendly with the ATS, but it limits your formatting. Remember, when you submit your application, it will go through two routes. The ATS will scan through it first and then it will be reviewed by the hiring manager once again. That's why I don't recommend the plain text file because its formatting doesn't look nice and professional to a human. So I still highly recommend you to use a Word document. Now, the second tip that I have for you is to optimize your resume with keywords. The main task of the ATS is to look for the keywords in your application and then compare them with the keywords from the job to see whether you are a good match. So if you don't have the right keywords or you don't have enough keywords, then you will turn out to be not a good match and you will be removed by the ATS. So you need to play it smart here. So what keywords to put in your application? You need to understand the requirements of your job, the industry, and the local country. Some of you who have 8 years or more than 10 years of experience, and I know that you have a perfect understanding about your job, about the industry. But if you just moved to a new country, I also know that you are still new to the country and the local requirements in that country. So what I want you to do next is to collect 3 to 5 job ads that you want to apply for. Analyze them to identify the keywords that repeat again and again across these job ads, and then incorporate these keywords into your resume. Now, even when you have the keywords in your resume, but you can still be removed by the ATS because of 2 reasons. Reason number 1, you don't have the right keywords, and reason number 2, you don't have enough keywords. So first, you need to make sure that you don't miss out on any important keywords required by your job. Cover all of them in your application, and then when you inject your keywords into the application, make sure that you sprinkle them across the whole resume, not just 1 or 2 parts of your resume. So before I move to the next tip, please click subscribe to the channel and I will make sure that you are updated with all the latest strategies about your job search. Now, tip number 3 that I have for you is to avoid graphics. I know you want to use some designs on your resume like images, charts to look professional and attractive to the hiring managers, but it's a wrong move for the ATS because the ATS cannot read them. So after your resume has gone through the ATS, the graphics will become a mess or completely removed from your application, and that is the version to be read by both the ATS and the hiring manager after that. So you will lose important information and you can't achieve the purpose of being professional, and it may give you the opposite results in many cases. So I suggest to leave the graphics out. Now, many people ask me, should I get a fancy design for my resume? And my answer is no. Complex designs just do more harm than good with your resume. First, it will confuse the ATS because it can't be read, or it would turn your design into a mess. And second, it annoys the hiring manager because they are used to skim the resume for important information, and it's harder for them in a complicated design. Now, if you want to have a resume template that is 100% friendly to the ATS, then you can't miss out on my killer resume template. It's got more than 4,000 downloads until now, so you can't miss out on this hot cake. So the link to download is theaho.co/resume template. Moreover, if you've got the template but you still don't know what to write in your resume to impress the hiring manager who will read your resume after the ATS, then I've got your back, my friend. I'd like to invite you to my free resume masterclass 3 simple steps to get interviews, where I will walk you through step by step on how to write an ACE resume to get interviews in only 6 seconds and land the job offers. So this is the strategy that helped me land my 6-figure salary full-time job in only 2 weeks, and also help my clients to land their 5 to 6-figure salary full-time jobs in a matter of weeks. So make sure that you don't miss out. The link to join is theaho.co/ACE resume, and it's also in the first comment of this video. Remember, the economy is recovering. More jobs are coming, but you may need to compete with about 500 people for one job, so don't take it lightly. Double down on your effort. You have been waiting for this moment for so long, and now when it happens, don't lose any chance to get a job. So my masterclass is free. You don't lose anything. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this video. In the next video, I'm going to talk about one of your top concerns, how to get a job without PR. So this issue has been there, but it gets more challenging during this time when many people have lost their jobs. So if you don't want to miss out on that video, where I will give you some secrets that you never heard about, then make sure that you click that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching the full video, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.